Well, Aquarius, thanks for joining me again. It's October 2018. I'm Dadhichi from astrology.com.au. Welcome to any of you that are new. I'm going to be doing what I call the Oracle Express. I only go through things very briefly. You can sort of visit the website, which I'll tell you later at the end of the brief reading. But this month I wanted to focus specifically on the placement of Saturn in its transit. Saturn is one of your ruling planets, along with Uranus. And right now, these two planets are in a very, very favourable aspect. What this is showing me is that your progressive attitude, your rather avant-garde style, is being nicely balanced by Saturn, which is, of course, a much more traditional and practical, down-to-earth planet. Now the thing is, this is a 2.5-year cycle, and I think it's important to focus on this because Saturn actually brings with it, especially in your 12th house, this 12th sector of the space-time pie, as I call it, has a lot to do with resolution of your past karma. The errors that we all do, I'm not singling you out, I'm just saying that there comes a point where you can either continue to hang on to that energy, or you can dissolve it, release it, and move on. And of course, that is the big challenge of Saturn, as I've been saying with many of the other star signs this month. This process of holding on. If you clench your fist long enough, just leave it there for a while, you'll almost get a sense that you're actually holding something. And then what happens if you hold it long enough? You say, okay, I'm going to let go now, but if you do it very, very slowly, it's almost like the hand has become ossified. The will is there to let go, but you can't quite let go. So that's the difficulty you have. But the beauty of your ruling planet, this co-ruler, as some Western modern astrologers call it, this process brings with it incredible benefits. Apart from the fact of releasing all this internal angst, the astrologers, particularly in the Vedic school of astrology, believe that working with Saturn not only dissolves the karma, but somehow creates a whole new process whereby your future karma and luck and fortune is actually enhanced. So you can see the importance of not resisting the process of investigating your past, investigating what it is you did, how it impacted upon you and other people, and most importantly, not beating yourself up for that fact. That's the difficult part of the process. Because, we have this tendency to self-judgment, to beating ourselves up at every step of the way. And hopefully, if you're able to use this transit now, and it's a 2.5-year transit, and I must say, I'm not going to mince words, it is going to get more intense, because along with Saturn being there in your 12th house, we see that it will eventually make contact over the next year or so with Pluto. And this too is almost a ruthless reassessment of your past. It's hard when we hang on to principles, philosophies, beliefs, attitudes and perspectives that, especially over this matter, how we see our past, how that has impacted and coloured our relationships with particularly our family, our friends. There's this epiphany that happens when you are prepared to basically look at your life without the filter of bias. That's a big step up in awareness, a big step up in redetermining your karma and your future. And that's precisely what this transit is about. Yeah, I could give you all the other BS about what it's going to do in your practical life and cutting back your costs and all that, which is my normal sort of reading. But I think you've come of age. It's time for you to look at that shit. I mean, you've got to get in there and you've got to release it. It's hard. When you open your hand, you say, hang on, there's nothing actually there. It's that projected karma. We do project our karma. And sometimes the karma's not even there. The consequences and the fears that you have about how this is going to impact on every part of your life. Actually, you know, the reality of the situation is much less worse than what you are imagining. So this transit for you, particularly Aquarius, is very much about just looking at it with loving eyes. Look at your past. You know, I keep saying that life's BS is your spiritual fertilizer. This is a magnificent opportunity this next 2 years for you to eliminate a lot of that stuff, especially with this transit of Saturn and Pluto in your 12th house. This is the house of secrets. This is the relinquishing of all of those things that really on a subconscious level are holding you back. And if you can meet this challenge head on, you are going to grow in leaps and bounds. And of course, I and my colleagues here are more than happy to help you if you've got any questions. By all means, stop in at astrology.com.au. Take a look at what we've got there as an accessory to what I've said today. The more mundane aspects of the transits for October 2018. Till next month, I hope you'll join me again. We're going to get into the expansive power of Jupiter and how you can use that with this relinquishing, this releasing power of Saturn, if you're prepared to do it, to really, really move to the next level in your life. Take care. Bye-bye now.